I have it on good authority that Port Clovis Mayor Wade Hibbert is a Rosicrucian Grand Master who regularly communes with the spirit of Saddam Hussein. This mineral supplement wouldn't be necessary if this shark ate a more nutritious, well-balanced diet. You could chalk up 23 oil spills in the last 5 years to incompetence, sure. But I think you should open your minds to the idea that these were planned events. This could be the bioweapons doing, sure. But first, perhaps I should consult my friend, a world-renowned expert on the subject of ancient giants. The bioweapon appears determined to disperse its infectious bodily fluids anywhere and everywhere. You see a lighthouse. I see a monument to the engorged phallus of Osiris the sun god. What are these? My guess is powerful influencing machines, designed to make us hate America and love India.
Let me line up a shot.
The influencing machine is destroyed. Americans, freed from its spell, will forsake their palak veneer for good old-fashioned Judging by the behavior of wildlife in this area, the bioweapon is also spreading estrogen-mimicking endocrine disruptors. Operation Garden Plot was just the beginning. The Rex 84 program is underway. The insectoids are rounding us up for their re-education camps. Shark bounties became commonplace here after the previous mayor's practice of hiring Fijian shark charmers proved largely ineffective.
Need some hunters on it.
Gotta remain calm.
Down it, boys. Let's roll out. Let's get to it. That ain't it.
Folks, I don't know about you, but I have a small saxitoxin-filled needle that I am prepared to use in case I'm captured for forced labor in the insectoid's copper mines.
Come on now. I really should get them polarized lenses. Okay. I've had my fun for today.
The powers of society have retaliated with deterrent action, but mankind is ultimately impotent to stop Mother Nature's vengeance. Clearly, the NWO sunk this ship for trying to deliver food, water, and medicine to imperiled patriots. Retaliates against the shark by sending some of its most disreputable citizens.
All I see is water. Could be looking right at me.
Love books, but don't love to read? Autolisk.com has over 150,000 titles you can start listening to today. Like Martin Shandera's Solar Deception. What's actually going on inside the sun? Atomic Energy Commission project, the Irradiated Electric Great White. The insectoids, it seems, have allies even within the underwater domain. Another one off the enemy. NWO death squads have made clear their intention to overthrow private property. Extrajudicial killings of all owners of homes with a second bathroom are right around the corner. Mark my words. Inside source says they're going to shut down this broadcast under Executive Order 10995.
Anybody see her?
The hunt is over, and there will be an inevitable rush on dollar drafts at Flamingo Joe's. Apropos of nothing, I'd just like to say that the Warren Commission was a total farce.
There it is. A radio-equipped electrode implanted in the Great White's limbic system.
An insectoid-designed stimoceiver. Ready, set, go! This could be one for the record books. Perhaps she started out of the gate too hard. The shark is going to need a late surge to come out on top. That shark just earned her PhD in race science. Wait, hold on, that came out wrong. Uranium-235 test subject, the irradiated shadow organ. The irradiated orca may be at high risk for thyroid, unless it regularly takes its potassium iodide. A source close to the Army Corps of Engineers informs me that the group has been involved in a purposely directed Gulf depopulation program for years. shadow orcas are the world's second most radioactive food, behind Brazil nuts. Love books, but don't love to read? Autolist.com has over 150,000 titles you can start listening to today. Like Martin Shandera's Solar Deception. What's actually going on inside the sun? The shark explodes off the blocks. Swimming is one of the best forms of cardiovascular exercise available to sharks. She's something else, isn't she? This is getting tense. Sure, but can she repeat that performance in the 2024 Paris Games? Successful shark hunt is traditionally celebrated with off-brand cinnamon whiskey and large quantities of pseudoephedrine. It seems Port Clovis has forgotten all about its rogue shark, for now. Private beaches remind us that the guile of the Illuminati has accomplished its goal, and that we've all become servile rule followers.
have started. The big fish really needs to get that tail moving. My high school swim coach used to say, it's easier to pass through water than overpower it. This is why it's so important when swim training to practice your positioning. That's another clip for this shark's highlight reel. Look, I wouldn't have eaten that, but I'm also currently doing a liver detox. And so we begin. This is actually going quite well. By reducing drag, the shark can make a minimum energy investment for a maximum speed return. This shark is really proving herself an athlete to watch. The big fish masterfully demonstrates how to splash and dash.
sophisticated wildlife management has never been a priority in Port Clovis. And so, amateur hour begins.
Hey, what's going on with my viewer count? Listen, you out-of-control techno-fascists, I will not be silenced.
Come on now. She gotta be somewhere out here.
Touching me. I know it. Right at me. A breeze would be nice.
Free speech prohibitions are right around the corner, friends. And violators will be imprisoned.
Hey, Shark, get your ass out here. Wait, is that?
Dead Horse Lake is part of a large open-field experiment, a dumping ground for estrogen mimickers to feminize the populace into watching Aubrey Dominique's makeup tutorials rather than Truth Quest. More of these machines dispersing mental poison from hell, creating a lumpen mass of propaganda-drugged Americans who'd rather watch Aubrey Dominique take the Cocoa Bop Challenge than read the Constitution. Aha! Take that, Aubrey Dominique, you delusional insectoid pawn. And she's off. This is not an optimal race pace. This is a race against time, and she's already losing. Looks like she's hit a wall. It's not looking good. Well, that sated my need for speed. Having evaded justice for her heinous crimes, the shark is now the subject of a bounty.
There, but both out on dead.
Truly, this is a decadent empire in its final stage of collapse. Port Clovis is a hotbed of global elite debauchery. And the alien... How do we only have 233 viewers? Ugh. I'm gonna send a tersely worded email to YouTube CEO about squelching free speech.
Mama, it's Ringo Joe's. All I see is water. Is that it?
Signing the Declaration of Independence was a death warrant for our courageous founding fathers. So too have I selflessly put myself at tremendous risk with Truth Quest.
Is that it? Nah, that ain't it. The hell is it? She gotta be somewhere out here. Hell, I don't know. Maybe she's scared of us. Come on now.
Well, I guess that's that.
Humans' attention spans are short. They've already forgotten about the shark and her many crimes, so thus ends the bounty. Fully aware of the grisly horrors that await them upon a single mistake. Folks, the powers that be are frightened of this program. So frightened that they will enact the internet kill switch. Still, we must keep broadcasting as long as we can. The shark bursts right out of the gate. Notice how she positions her fins at different angles, altering the flow of the water around her. fish is displaying some good body spine alignment. Impressive. But how do you think she'd fare in the 200-meter backstroke? Marine mammal parks are designed to anesthetize us from reality. White teeth are a proven solution for prostate inflammation. That's why Glossatrex has 750 milligrams of powdered shark teeth in every pill. Get the relief from frequent nighttime urination you need, only from Survival. You never know when a skunk ape may strike. That's why Total Assault Skunk Ape Spray should be a vital part of your cryptid survival plan. Don't be fooled by imitation sprays that promise protection, but instead leave you at the mercy of foul-smelling, foul-tempered humanoids. Trust Total Assault, the only skunk ape deterrent certified by the International Cryptozoology Society. The insectoids have worked hard to ensure that they and their conspirators continue to occupy Port Clovis's positions of power, such as the NWO's hatred of free markets and affordable consumer goods has truly reached its apotheosis. Ferris wheels are incredibly uneconomical. So why are we suddenly seeing them everywhere? Because they are spiritual energy extractors that this is just the beginning. Next comes the countrywide search and seizure of our weapons, gold stores, and freeze-dried beef stroganoff. Apropos of nothing, I'd just like to remind you that the founders specifically denied Congress the power to print paper currency. Hold on. A new inside source is uploading me with information. Oh, it's a photo of two homeless men in an alley in there. Oh, God. Never mind.
Trap is right under me.
Should have brought my fish finder. Can't avoid us forever.
Could be looking right at me. Yeah, a breeze would be nice. Anywhere.
Friends, an inner voice has told me to share this revelation with you. Australia does not exist.
Could be looking right at me.
I just know she's there.
Yeah, a breeze would be nice. Oh, it could be anywhere.
Well, everyone's going home.
Another shark. Draw to it. We are in a time of great tribulation, and the gates of your gated communities will not save you. an embedded chip. The insectoids are using a brain-to-brain interface to wirelessly operate these ships. Democratic coup is afoot, and it's safe to say the Orcas are behind it. Mark my words, the Orcas are trying to set up a puppet oligarchy, with its main purpose being the annexation of Port Clovis. The shark blasts out with an unbelievable start. The fish needs to stay focused as she enters the final stretch. What ferocity! A slight bodily adjustment might decrease her drag. Look how gracefully she glides through the water. Intimidated by the shark's fierce love of country and implacable devotion to the ideals of liberty, the bioweapon flees to open water. Diaphragmatic breathing could really help improve the shark's swimming performance. Such beautiful, controlled movements. The shark's dorsal helps her keep balance as she moves through the water. The shark's looking real confident. With the clock ticking, there's little time to make up for errors. Just like a quote of the day calendar, that was inspiring. And away we go. This fish really needs a second wind. Look at the determination. Regarding these spills, I'm proposing complicity on the part of Mayor Wade Hibbert. You see, Hibbert owns 50 shares in Schlumberger, who's owned by Exico, who are partners with Saxwell Gold and Varcon, the manufacturer of oil dispersant. She looks full of adrenaline. Love books, but don't love to read? Oh, that anal fin is really important as a vertical stabilizer. What a feat of fastness. These days, you have to be ready for anything, especially poisonous space clouds. The Earth's weakening magnetosphere is allowing these dangerous clouds to enter deep into our atmosphere, putting you and the ones you love at risk. NoctilSafe is a revolutionary new supplement that will protect your family from the effects of space cloud exposure, such as cosmic spores and acute intergalactitis. NoctilSafe. When the space clouds come, will you be prepared? These are Chinese-made rigs. If there's any catastrophic methane explosions in the near future, you can't tell me that's merely an accident. It appears that the bioweapon is not only carrying a viral agent, but the HPV vaccine as well. The beast of the bottomless pit, Moloch. You could chalk up 23 oil spills in the last 5 years to incompetence, sure. But I think you should open your minds to the idea that these were planned events. All these recent oil spills are merely contrived events designed to cripple the Gulf's fishing industry. The beast of the bottomless pit, Moloch.
You
fish has no tolerance for crypto-Satanist agents of the Illuminati. Everything is energy, even physical matter. So maybe, if we all focus our minds on the destruction of this unholy weapon, it will happen. the soothingly fecal odor of this prized intestinal secretion only from survival. Like heroic Neo, the shark has freed us from the Matrix. Now, we can unplug from the metal coils that once enslaved us, leave our mechanical caves, and greet this new dawn of truth. It's been 90 days since my last Truth Quest broadcast. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering where I've been. Well, for the past year or so, I've been partaking daily of ayahuasca. In fact, the very concept of Truth Quest came to me during a powerful vision. It was during my last vidcast that I experienced what my wife described as a psychotic break. The next day, she and my son Steven staged a family intervention. Well, I'm happy to report that since then, I've filed for divorce. Now I have time to dedicate myself to my true calling. Questers, we know that reality is just a mirage. Somewhere through the crack between time and space, great cosmic truths remain, still awaiting discovery. These are the obscure and unmarked points along the road of our Truth Quest.